Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the July 15th Michigan PR Group meeting. Hope everyone has had a good June and good 4th of July. So we've got ourselves a roundtable meeting today. So any questions, thoughts, concerns, congratulations? Free to anybody to join in. So I'll start off asking how's summer reading going for everybody? So we had the Reptarium come at the very end of June, and animals equal people. I think we had over 200 people crammed into our meeting room to see all the cool reptiles, and they did a really good job. They now have my kids were actually there, so they want to now go visit the Reptarium in I think it's in Lake Orion. So if you're in the Detroit area. And Chloe is saying that summer reading is going well for them at Allegan. So yay. Oh, Paige, Lake Orion. I was saying we had I think it's Lake Orion. We had the Reptarium come and visit the library with with some of their critters. And they did a great job presenting. And now my kids were actually at the library that day seeing because they love reptiles as much as any boys do. And now they want to go visit the Reptarium. So we'll be coming out to Lake Orion sometime this summer. And Paige welcomes us to visit. She says, right on for us visiting in Lake Orion and the Reptarium. So I hope they visited your library already, but if not, they do a great job of their presentation. And I'll apologize in advance. I'm at home today, and I've got my two doggos, and they were sitting quietly, and now they just refound a toy that they had lost for about 2 weeks. So they're going to start wrestling soon, and I hear them chomping on that. So I apologize in advance if they get noisy. And oh, good, Paige at Lake Orion has had the Reptarium for their summer finale party. Oh, and Kristen at Bay County had the Reptarium in May for the Children's Book Week, and everybody loved it. And Kristen, I have to say, you're the internet star. I saw you were reposted from Australia for saving the ducks. So, round of applause to you.
That is crazy.
Saving the ducks, and you've gone viral.
Yeah, we really have. It's been a crazy last week. We had no idea that this was going to be the video that blew up for us. We just kind of, it was before the library even opened, and our teen librarian, Linda, she saw this family of ducks outside, and she was like, come get a video of this. I'm going to walk them down to the river. And yeah, we've had like so many messages from like local news and out of state news and everybody asking if they can repost it, and it's been on TV. Like, it's crazy.
You gotta love that you never know what's gonna go viral. But hey, it's great for Bay County Library, and it's a positive story. Not quite dealing exactly with the library, but still saving ducks is a great thing. And I love the tagline.
Right, and I also think that yeah, people are just like so desperate for good news right now too. I feel like that definitely helps.
Mm-hmm. And I love the tagline you added to the end of it that the library can help you find your place or
yeah. Thanks.
So congratulations. I hope you're reveling in the viralness and having fun with it.
It's our 15 minutes of fame, so
but yeah, I shared it. I one of the things I do is one of my roles at the library is to find news stories and positive, negative, share them with selected staff throughout the library. And yesterday I shared that one from an Australian outfit. I mentioned how you guys went viral to everybody. So
Hi, it's Philomena from Dearborn Heights. We
hello.
have a very interesting program going on. I saw it the first one. It's called My Garden, and it was something that the Michigan Kidney Foundation does. And they come to the library 5 weeks in a row, and they teach the kids about eating healthy foods, being, like it was really cute. Last week I went to the first one and they taught the kids how to wash their hands properly. They taught them about germs. And then they explained the different foods that was out there and they did a little bit of jumping jacks. It's like a health kind of program and it's free. It's absolutely free. And they really did an awesome job, I thought. Oh, at the end they made a car out of an apple slice and two toothpicks and four grapes, white grapes. And then the kids, they got that, they had made it and then they got to eat it. And every week, and then they told the kids, they asked the kids, okay, what else could we have made with the car? Like cucumbers and carrots. I mean, they just went on. It was a fun program, but it was also a learning program. So I was very impressed by it. And it's free. Yeah, it's called My Garden.
My Garden, and he
My
says
Garden. So if
the
you ever get a
Kidney
chance, I
Foundation
would
that
highly
puts it on.
recommend it.
Oh,
We're
that
doing
is
it at both branches. Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for the recommendation. That does sound like a good one. I like how it sounds very interactive. It's not
Yes,
just
it's very interactive.
here's
Yes.
the pamphlet of how to eat right. And
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I thought it was really good, but anyway.
hey, I'll take your recommendation. So
And the kids really enjoyed it, I think. That was the other part. They enjoyed it. That made a difference, I think, too. It wasn't just sitting there listening to somebody talk. They made it very fun for the kids.
and for especially with kids programs, but heck, I find I even with adult programs, our adults programs that are just lectures are half as well attended as they were pre-pandemic. But if I can get an interactive program, that's where my programming numbers jump. So it's not just the kids anymore. We all need interaction. All right, and welcome to the newcomers. I see Adam and Jeff and Peter, and if I missed anybody
Hi.
that just came in, hello everybody.
Yeah, how's everybody doing?
And I'm gonna. So how's summer reading going for you there, Jeff?
Oh, terrifically, good turnout at the programs. I actually haven't looked at the Beanstack numbers yet, but I think it's going pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. We've been having some fun times. It's a busy week. We did our literary model drawing, and then we did an art reception where we had a stilt walker, and now we're gonna have a concert tomorrow. And then what the heck are we doing? I don't know. Oh, and then we have an author visiting from the UP. Like all in a week. It's a busy library, man.
That it is.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's going good. Working on a postcard to send out to all the residents for September Library Card Sign Up Month. And we were able to get a local artist to create original art to splash all over the postcard again. That is super sweet and super charming, super poppy. I'm so excited about that. Oh my gosh, how's it going at Southfield?
Good. I was just proclaiming the Reptarium to everybody that they're a great program, and my kids now want to head out to Lake Orion to visit them. So
Great.
And we both, Kristen and I popped in the chat different versions of what made Bay County go viral this past week. So you can see the ducks being led back to the water.
Oh yeah.
So now I've got the floor is open for anybody who's got a question or a thought or a story to share. Well, I'll say something we had I don't know if I'd call it interesting, but we had our First Amendment audits happen about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, congrats. Welcome to the club.
Yep. Well, we passed, the library passed with flying colors. The end
Yeah.
screen said that it was a beautiful building. Nobody called the cops or raised a ruckus, so we were a solid pass.
Okay.
So I will take that, considering their next step was over to across the parking lot to our city hall, and they turned that into a 3-part series that, because of the words they use, I have to watch at home. I can't even watch at the library because of the filters sending it out. But yes, we have joined the illustrious group of having been First Amendment audited. But thankfully, our staff passed, and we were boring, which is exactly what you want.
That's what you want.
Hey Kelly, I wasn't here for the Reptarium discussion. Can you tell us more about that? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's the Reptarium is a newer place. I think they've only been open about a year or two up in Lake Orion, and they're all about the reptiles. And they visited the library at the end of June, bringing some critters, for the kids to see, and most of them the kids could touch. And they had 2 people there passing around. They had snakes and iguanas and a turtle and all the other, I forget what all the exact critters all were, but they did a great job. And now my kids were in attendance that day, so now they're bugging me, before the end of summer we got to go visit the Reptarium. So it's on our list of places to go. So I recommend having them come visit the library. They did a great job.
Good to have a list of places to go. Keep
Yep.
summer packed. Oh, thank you.
Yep. And I always recommend to people, if you don't know where to go to, pop on to the Michigan Activity Pass, and you can just find ones close to you. Sometimes there's museums and things that you never even realized were close by you. And we had another cool thing happen yesterday. We had PBS Books visited us. They did some filming at the library. It's going to be on in the fall. They are working with Library of Congress and doing a literary road trip. They're doing 50 episodes, one for each state. So they haven't chosen Michigan's authors that they're going to highlight yet, but they choose both historic authors and modern authors. They were doing the background for the segment between doggos for Rhode Island and Georgia yesterday.
Nice.
I think Wyoming. But that it's going to start airing in September, so you can be on the lookout for that. Looks to be a great program.
Did Fred from PBS come by?
Yes, he did.
Great. Very, very briefly, I worked for PBS Books. It was fun.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
they do cool things.
Yeah, I guess it was 18 months. I was secretly their social media person.
Oh.
Not anymore, though.
I actually laughed because one of our staff members who's part-time at the library now has a part-time job also with PBS Books, helping with their social media.
Hi, this is Andy from Tecumseh District Library. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Our summer reading is going really well. We've had over 450 people sign up, which I don't recall that last year. I know there's been over 50 teens who've signed up, and last year I know there were 30. And I don't think we had those kind of numbers for the children's or the adults last year either. And so, we've had an opening party. Um, and 183 people signed up at that, which we expected maybe 100. And so we almost ran out of hot dogs, but we didn't. And we're going to have a closing party with ice cream and have an eagle from a local organization come in. We had a magic show also the first at the opening party, and we have weekly events for the children, and then also weekly events for the teens. And it's really it's really kind of cool. To see the adults in particular. We do have a raffle for them for local businesses, for the amount of time that they read. But to see the adults get signed up is really gratifying. I mean, the kids obviously and the teens, but I was really surprised at the adult buy-in, and part of it is just asking people, at the beginning, and just people who come in. So it's it's a little bit of work, but it's again it feels much different than it did last year. To me, last year was my first year doing it, and then we're making plans. I'm making plans a lot for school starts for us in Tecumseh August 18th. So we're trying to partner more with than we did last year before school started to get them on board. So that's kind of what's going on here. So, and I mean, the middle school is like a block away. So we get anywhere between 30 and 50 kids every day who come to the library. So they need some prep. So
Congratulations. Those
Yeah.
are wonderful numbers.
thank you.
And yes, you're always good to prep the kids, I always find it what we try to do is every September make sure, because school for us starts after Labor Day, but make sure you start off when the kids come, make sure that crack down on the little things, just make sure that behavior expectations are there from the get-go.
Yeah, I agree. One other, I don't, this isn't really a marketing thing or whatever, but which is what this group, well, it could be a little bit.
Yeah.
So our teen book club, I've had almost no buy-in. Like I've been here over a year, and then this is I taught English for 32 years, high school English. And so like this is my comfort zone. This is what I'm really wanted to do. And I average maybe one or two kids who even get the book. And then maybe one will come. So anyway, I partnered with an English teacher at the local high school, and we're going to take that on the road. So we're going to have the teen book club in her classroom after school, just do a little bit more like outreach in that way, too. And it just seems like, I mean, it can't do any worse. And I basically was going to provide everything, including food and whatnot, to take over to her, and she was going to provide the space and the publicity, basically. And I'm fairly certain we'll get more kids than we've been getting. So in middle school, I almost get no middle school. I mean, like the books are geared more towards, I would say, at least 8th, 9th grade. So I'm not really that concerned right now about teen book club, not including like the 7th graders. So they're just kind of geared more towards the older kids. So hopefully that will help as well.
Always a great idea to take it to where the kids are.
Yeah, thank you.
And that works. Hopefully that, you're working hand in hand with the schools. So
Yeah, I tried last year some. I mean, I was, brand new. I'm not a native Tecumsean. And so you kind of learn who you can partner with and who you can't. And then people leave. The principal at the middle school that we worked with has resigned. Some people prove to be not reliable or not really trustworthy, unfortunately. And then some are very trustworthy and very good. And so I'm still kind of learning that. luckily the superintendent has been very helpful as well. And he's been very, very reliable and very helpful. And I think that's part of how we got so many kids signed up too, was we did a lot of outreach to the schools before school ended to sign up for the summer reading. And I think that accounts for at least some of the increased numbers for the teens.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
They're
Thank
great
you.
numbers.
Yeah, it is great, you know, it just forces you to recalibrate what what you're going to do for the closing party. And I think
True.
originally we had like 100, we were going to order like 125 ice cream packets, and now we're ordering like, you know, well over 200. And just the programming for the kid, like we did a tie-dye thing for the children, and it was like it, it it was intense because they all came at the same time for that particular program. And I was standing there with paint for their tie-dye outside, and they're all ages of kids, you know, and they just kind of came up. I'm trying to think of a corollary like in history of just, you know, just kind of being rushed, you know, and it was almost like a Dickens, you know, novel, you know, more please, you know,
Yeah.
holding up their because they wanted their paint refilled, basically,
Yeah.
their little bottles to do the tie-dye. And you know, it was very gratifying, but it's not something that we anticipated totally. It's just hasn't been like that in the past.
Yeah, I can say from our experience here at Bloomfield Township, teens are the hardest avenue. But I will say that what helped us, especially with volunteer efforts, if you can get a few teens on your side that, well, we use a teen advisory board. I'm not directly involved in it, but they already bring a built-in audience. So if you can get 5 to 10 teens involved in helping with the tie-dye, or just
Yes.
get somebody to draft them into your program, they're very helpful because their friends are going to come anyway, so it's a built-in audience. So
That
let
is a good, very
yeah,
good advice. I just
yeah.
visited the
And that and
Adrian.
that and Dungeons and Dragons for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't that just seems to work. So that's the two I got.
I just visited, thank you, Peter. I just visited the Adrian District Library. I'm trying to like just visit, make appointments and visit different teen and youth librarians and get advice, mainly about programming. And her goal this year was to create a teen advisory board. And I really hadn't thought of that. I just didn't, you know, but I totally see the wisdom of that based on what she said and on what you said. I think that that's gives them some ownership. And like you say, it builds kind of or has a kind of a built-in audience. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, they're always a head scratcher, even if it could just be that, don't kill the messenger type of thing. If you're saying it's cool, we don't want to hear it, but it coming from their own peer group, or, it's the best thing ever. Ooh, sliced bread. Yay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, as a parent and a former teacher, I get I get that concept.
Yeah.
And nothing beats word of mouth marketing. We
Yeah,
can do all our
absolutely.
tips and tricks in the world, and it all comes down to somebody recommending it to you.
Mhm.
Yes.
Viral, baby.
I say that, it's all about telling people, I always try to tell your friends and family, put that out there, to your regulars. Try to get them to get more regulars in.
Yes.
See, we had never thought of a tie-dye. So you never know. See, that's, what like we had, I don't know if were you guys here last week, we were talking about or I sent out an email. Our secret weapon was rubber ducks. For some reason, wherever we go, if we do a field trip, we take a few rubber duckies with us, and every age group is engaging with rubber ducks. Don't ask why. We do the little duck hunt once a year, and that's within the library. But um, if you're doing a community event, just grab a box of rubber duckies, and that just creates activity around your table or your whatever you're promoting. It has nothing to do with anything that we actually do, but it's a fun thing. So, secret weapon.
Yep. Kristen, you're right. Ducks are the answer to everything.
You've quacked the code.
Duck.
But bump.
Yep. All right, we can disband the group. We figured out the secret to life. It's not 42, it's ducks.
Secret to
Oh,
Life
there we go.
2.0.
Adam said, release the quacken.
We'd have to write these down. Slow down, guys.
Oh my God.
I can't claim credit for that. I actually stole that from a YouTube video. In fact, if you really want to see something fun, there are a few duck farmers out there that their way to get their ducks to go into the, wherever they're putting them at, whether it's a barn or some sort of place, is they just yell out, "All ducks go to bed," and they will file in after they've gotten them initially trained. So just yell out, when you want your
God.
teams to leave, just go, "All ducks go to bed."
Pavlov's duck.
Oh my gosh.
Although I'm guessing teens are a little harder to train than ducks. So
Probably.
I don't know.
That's really funny.
and Kristen said they've done rubber ducks too with the tagline, quack, open a good book. That
Oh, that's a great idea.
is.
So I get to share all these jokes at my monthly marketing meeting. I got top 3 here, so we're doing good. We're doing good.
I'm writing them down.
Release the quack and win. So
Yeah. We're letting the ducks take over. Yay!
Oh, there we go. Had to get those. That's amazing. We had some good summer reading too. Is that what we're just discussing? I'm sorry I tuned in late.
Yep. Join in with anything, Karen. So
Okay. Well, as you who is from Tecumseh?
Andy.
Andy, okay. We had a lot of signups this year too, a lot more than last year, over 100 on like our kickoff. And then people like before and after as well. So we were really happy with that. We had a good kickoff. And then this time around we're doing well, so the events we're not doing a lot for adult, we're doing 2 coloring events. But then for next year I think we're going to do more. But then for teens and tweens and children, we're doing we did tie-dye and we're doing splatter art. And then a few other things. I think they did friendship bracelets, but one thing that really helped me was instead of individual posting, oh, excuse me, don't up there.
It's not a meeting without Benny. So
I know. Benny's here. We're all able to go now. Sorry. So we did splatter art. Well, we're doing splatter art, and then we did tie-dye. And one thing that really helped this year for me was the events were tied together in terms of age groups. Last year, like each age group had roughly the same thing, but the 2 librarians made separate posts, and then we had adult posts. So it was just a ton of posting. And so this year, the teen and the children's librarian. So we have tween teen, we have children, we have pre-K, I believe. All of those posts were together in one block, and it just designated the time and then possibly if a date was different. It was so much more, I don't know, just easier to deal with. And I think it made a lot more sense to the people reading the posts. And so almost all of our events have been totally full. They had to do 2 sessions each of the tie-dye and 2 sessions of the splatter paint. And so we're really happy with how the events are turning out this year.
So I guess beyond ducks, it's tie-dye.
Yes. Yeah, seriously, tie-dye.
Or tie-dye some ducks, so.
Oh, so yeah, no, so it's turned out, we're also doing, our summer reading is going through July 30th. And then we're having glow parties, for each of the age groups. And I think that that's also helping this year because last year there was just so much going on and like, so many people like went on vacation. For us, I think the, sort of concentrated time frame is working better.
Well, glad to hear it's going well.
Yeah, it really is. Can you hear him purring? He's like purring right into the microphone.
I can't, but I've also
Okay.
got my dogs are chewing on a toy that I'm
Oh,
hoping
okay.
everybody isn't hearing. So
I want him to like make my thing live. Do you know what I'm saying? That no one else can talk.
glad Benny's happy though.
Yeah, he's very happy. Hey, sweetie. No, but you can't face that way. Sorry. We're also facing a challenge this summer because we have a lot of construction going on in our city, which is a square mile. And so some of the main access roads to the library and rec, which are and the library, rec, and elementary, we all share a parking lot, and the tennis courts and the pool as well. So it gets a little tricky. So we have designated library staff parking spots. But even during this time, though, we've got solar panels, construction, and something else going on at the same time. And so streets are torn up. Scotia, which is a major road for us, it's kind of like playing chicken. You don't know if it's going to be open where you need it to be. And like I'll go to the end and go, okay, I hope I can turn right, to get to the library. And so we were hoping that wouldn't have a whole lot of effect on our patronage, and so we're finding out that it is somewhat, but it's been kind of a challenge, and it's all going to be like during the summer, like the day school got out, the trucks were there. So that's another challenge we're kind of running into, and it's getting trickier. Like tomorrow, I'm not going to have any close parking, which I kind of require. I can't walk distances, and so my, the manager, or Deb, the director, she's like, oh, and let Karen know that, the parking's not going to be, available. So like like I'll have to get dropped off tomorrow, so we're kind of dealing with that type of thing. So we're hoping like events, like we're having an event tomorrow outside and we're like, we hope people can make it,
Mhm.
So
Well, hopefully you do have enough walkers since you are a tiny town. So
we are a walkable town. So yes, we're hoping that that's the case and people don't mind parking down the side streets if they can. So yeah.
yes, because construction is no fun.
No, they seem to choose like all the projects this summer.
Mhm.
I can't lay on the keyboard, sorry.
I say, well, at least you know if you're next to the school, I'm guessing the deadline is it has to be done before school opens.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah. Although, oh, and they're also doing construction on the school.
Oh,
And so it's just a big mess.
mhm.
So we're hoping that it will tone down.
Uh, yes, and at least hopefully they are done by the deadline because we had a construction project last year. This year it's not as prominent. We've only, but it's lingering. I thought it would be done in April, and now it's looking to be maybe, hopefully, before the end of August. So,
Oh, gee. I hear ya. I hear ya. Anybody have anything on how you've been?
Oh, she froze.
Oh, I lost the
Karen?
connection.
Yep.
There
Can
you
you
are.
say it again, Karen? I think you're back now, but you froze in the middle of your question.
Yeah, that was so funny. It froze for me as well. Um, Anyone promoting MAP in any kind of cool different ways?
I say, well, I'm loving maps. This only applies to those of us in the Metro Detroit area, but we've been
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
oh no, maps across the state, but they have in Metro in Wayne, Oakland, and I think it's Macomb counties the transportation this
Right.
summer too for seniors.
Trying it out.
Yeah.
So, no,
But
that
since
sounds.
we fall into that in Oakland County, we've been promoting that aspect of it.
Mhm. We just started that too, and I've been doing monthly ones where we get the map stats, but he has been sending the top three as well. So I've made like a little video of, the top three map destinations last month and, putting them in and sharing it like as a reel and posts. But I think it's reaching people.
Dog's getting noisy. And Adam, I'll put you on the spot if you can. Do we know anything more about the future of MAP or Melcat? Or I've heard through 2026. I'm hoping that's not just rumor.
So what I have heard, because it was just brought up in a staff meeting today, is that funding for IMLS, we have been provided our funding that will go through
Okay.
until the end of the fiscal year next year. So September 2026. One hookup there's going on right now is that in the state budget, you have to have that amount listed in there. The executive budget and the Senate budget has it in, but the House budget right now does not. And so that has to get reconciled as they're finishing up the entire state budget process for this year before any of that to truly start out. Um, but as far as anything after the end of that fiscal year, who knows? um,
Hey, that's better. I was thinking we were only secure through the end of September 2025. So
Yeah.
no, I think with
having
how
a possibility through
IMLS funding is
2020 a year.
distributed, it's like an every 2 year process. So, and I have a very minimal understanding of how all that is. That's more of a library development. If you ask Michelle or Joe or Randy, they'd be able to tell you a lot more. But yeah, that was what was said this morning. So, but I would say that after that, don't rely on that necessarily being out there, and we will have to see with how that will impact the Mel databases, Melcat, whatever library development does as far as their professional development things that they do. we're just lucky that all of our staff is not under any of that IMLS funding, that we're all funded, our jobs are funded through the state,
Right.
which is good.
Yes, that is very good because I know, yeah, I know was it Maine had already laid off people and a few other states had.
Yeah, yeah. So, but
So
yeah,
hopefully, I'm glad through September 2026 because that gives us time to, rally markets,
yeah,
do what
Yeah.
we can on our end versus, it's if you have a year and a few months, it's better than just a few months. So.
yeah. Plan.
Right.
A lot more that you can plan with that, and finding other means of doing things than just being told, "Oh yeah, you've got 1 month
Yeah.
to figure it out."
Mhm.
Seriously.
So,
Well, thank you for the update.
yeah,
Yes,
and
thank
I know we just reposted the Mel coordinator position. So if there's anybody out there who's interested in applying, um, that's back out on the state of Michigan's job um, posting page. But we did just recently hire a like a more professional development or a continuing education coordinator, Andrea, who used to work at Kalamazoo Public Library, and then there's going to be somebody else who's going to be doing like a tech consultant kind of position, and they haven't officially started yet, but they will be starting sometime in the next, I think, couple weeks. So you'll see more of their names out there in the near future, which is good because the continuing ed one had been open for 3 years,
Oh, my goodness.
4 years, something like that, at least since I think 2020, if not, yeah. Um, and then the other one was a new position that it was just taking forever for it to get in the queue to. Well, I should take that back. It was a retooled one of a different role that was just taking forever to get through civil service.
Mhm.
Fingers
State
crossed you
governments.
get somebody good for that role too.
Yep. Oh, and Jeff, I'm still looking for a map for you. I don't know if anything I sent in that email to you was anything helpful.
I appreciate your help. The tricky thing is printing it off so that it's not pixelated,
Yeah.
blowing it
I'm
all
trying
up.
to find something that will fit that area of the state,
Yeah,
but isn't something like a railroad map from 1850.
sure. It's marketing adjacent. Adam and I are chatting. We're attempting to display, likely on a big blank slab of wall somewhere, a very large map of Southeast Michigan that includes all the pertinent counties, because we have in our possession an exemplary example library card from every library in TLN. And we're gonna like post the little cards at all the cities along the map. So
Oh, very cool.
wish us luck.
And what was it that you
Yeah.
said that Google AI didn't think that the Library of Michigan had any physical maps?
Yeah, it said decidedly, you do not have maps.
Oh, my God.
This is slander.
It
No,
is
it's
slander.
libel.
Yes.
Libel, sorry.
That's why I gave you the response that I did.
That's why we are all smarter than AI. And you have, as I tell my kids, you have to outthink the computer still.
Mm. Yeah. Yes. Ever since I heard that thing about pizza on AI, I was like, okay, grain of salt. I'm sure you all know about it, where someone typed in how to make pizzas and they grabbed from everything, and someone had made a tongue-in-cheek reference to using glue. And it was part of AI's recommendation that you use glue to keep the cheese on the pizza. And so it's like, nope. Nope. Got that from Dear Reddit. So, ah.
All right. Anyone else have anything for today?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, otherwise we'll be back at it Tuesday, August the 19th at 10 a.m. You can hop back on Zoom and I'll send out the recording later today. And I'll, as always, send out a reminder, of course. So
I
Thanks.
appreciate those.
Thanks, Kelly. Great meeting.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
everybody.
you. Bye, Kelly. Bye,
Kristen.
everyone.
Thank you.
Tell
Thanks,
Linda we
everyone.
loved her saving the ducks. So
Oh, hey, everybody, if you're bored tomorrow night, come to the Ferndale Library. Thornetta Davis is performing. And if you're bored tonight, turn on WDT.
all right, we'll listen to you, Jeff.
Those are my plugs.
All right, thank you.
Take it
guys.
easy, guys.